Okay, things are going fine. We've got server 2, and server 2 delivers us some information about countries. We can put in the number of a country and we get details of that country back. We get Seychelles in Africa, for example. Okay, but I want to make this more complicated. I want to get more data I've got about 5 or 6 different fields in the data file, and I want to deliver all of them, and I want a bit more control over my web page. This is kind of hard work, writing a web page like this. So Flask comes with a templating engine called Django, and we're going to get started on that. So stop the server going. I'm going to go for a new version, so I'm going to save as and call this one 3, and this one's going to have templating in it. So the way we do templating, what I can do is I can use what's called render page. So render page is a method or a function. And that's part of Flask. So this is Flask the thing, Flask the library, I guess. Import the Flask object, which is the whole server, and render page is another function that's provided. And instead of getting the country out like that, I can say render page, and then I give the name of the page, and that's going to be country.html. And I can also pass in some data, and the data I'm going to pass in is C for country, and that's going to be WI. Well, actually, we know WI doesn't work, it's got to be WINT of I. Okay, so that should pass in this C structure into the country template. That should work. Let's give it a go. Server 3. Nope, didn't like that. I can import a render page. That's not render page, it's render template. Render template, and of course here, this is render template. Template, not template. Save that, try it again. A runtime error like that stops the server running. Now the server's running, it can still produce runtime errors, and we're going to see one right now. So I go for Seychelles in Africa now, run that, and it's telling me template not found. That's fair enough, I didn't make up any such template. Server is still up, server's still running, but it delivered a runtime error at that point. Okay, so I need a template page, and this is going to be an HTML page, so let's put in a doc type HTML. We're going to have an HTML, you don't have to, but HTML, I'm getting bored of this. Let's put in the body, and we'll close the body, and let's go for a value. So I can say C, for example. So C is the thing that got passed in. Let's save that. Okay, where does that get saved? I have to have a new folder, and this is either called template or templates. I'm going to guess templates. And I have to call that country.html because that's what I specified in the file. And now this double curly brackets, that should give me C. I'm not sure if it's going to work. Let's give it a go. Found the template, and it's giving me this stuff. This is the raw JSON script for country 151, which is Seychelles. So I've got the GDP, I've got the name, I've got the area, I've got the flag. That is tiny, look at that, 452 square kilometers. Not a big island, Seychelles. Capital is Victoria, and it's counted as in Africa. Fair enough. Okay, not a lot better than it was. We can do it a little bit better. We can say, for example, C name. So that gives us Seychelles. Save that and reload. Okay. Plus, of course, we can wrap this kind of stuff in HTML. So let's say that's h1/h1, and did that twice. Don't know how many times I'm going to do that. Let's give it a head as well. Head. Okay. You're doing my indentation for me. And let's have a div where we say that the continent is, so I can say C continent. Okay, now the stuff we can put in these double sets of curly brackets, these are values that get expanded. Alright, so that's like a variable and it gets expanded. So if I reload now, we get Seychelles, it tells us it's in Africa. Let's put a few more things in. Copy and paste, so we should know what its capital is. Okay, Victoria I think it was. And let's go for population. What's the population of the Seychelles? Population, save and reload. Yep, we're getting more. We're getting the continent, we're getting the capital, we're getting the population. Let's try another country. Let's try country 160. That's Southern Sudan. 161 is Spain. Okay, so Spain is in Europe, capital's Madrid, population is that. We can do some stuff. We've got some things called filters in the templating language. So there's a whole language. The templating language is called Ginger. Let me just find your stuff on Ginger. So Ginger, spelled like ninja. It's actually Ginger 2 is what we're using. And what does Google tell us about Ginger? Ginger, let's try Ginger 2. Alright, welcome to Ginger 2, Template Designer. Okay, so we've got our documentation here. This is coming right into a really complicated example. I'm looking for a simple thing. I'm looking for a filter that will make this number easy to read. I really want the commas in there. Okay, sorts of things we can do, sorts of filters. It's kind of Python-like. In Python, if you want to format a string, format a number, you can do something like this. So you, in quotes, you put in as another template, I can say F for floating point, and then I say dot format, and in the brackets I pass it a number. So that is passing the population in. Save that and reload, and it's giving me that as a floating point number. If anything, that's made it worse because it's giving me 6 decimal places. Let's specify that I want 0 decimal places, which I think means doing that. Save and reload, and I'm back where I started. But I can also put in a comma here, and if I put in a comma there, save that and reload, it puts commas in so I can see that's 46 million. And that becomes kind of more important when we go for, say, the GDP, because the GDP is going to be a much bigger number. So let's do population, and we've got GDP, and that's in dollars. So let's put $1 there, and change this thing here to GDP. Save that. Reload. Okay, GDP of Spain is 1 trillion. Which is uncomfortably large. Let's divide that by 1 million. So I can say this thing here, this is a number, so that's the GDP of Spain. If I divide that by 1 million, 1, 2, 3, then that's the GDP in million. And reload. Okay, so it's telling me it is a million. That's what a trillion is. Great. I can do more stuff as well. I can, for example, put in an image. So I can say img source equals, now the data file that I had included that as c/flag. C square brackets flag. So that is the URL of the flag. Flag of Spain is big and complicated, I think. That didn't work. Let's view source. Maybe Spain's missing. Let's try another country. There are a couple of flags missing. No, Sri Lanka's not working either. That doesn't look like a coincidence. View source, see if we can figure out what's going on. Oh, okay, that's rubbish. Okay, I should have put curly brackets around that fella. Here he is. Oh, wow. Well, I don't know what I pressed then. Let's undo. So what I want is curly brackets and curly brackets. Save that and reload. Okay, that's more like it. There's the flag of Sri Lanka. Wow, that's complicated. Okay, that flag is bigger than I want it to be. I mean, it's nice, but I don't want a flag that big. Okay, so I need to control it, and it's really time to start using some CSS. So in here, how does it go? Link rel equals style sheet. Yep, and is it href or is it source? I'm gonna guess href. Href equals. Okay, so what I want now, this is going to cause another web request, so the server is going to go back. So if I put in here style.css, that's not a good name for a style sheet, but let's try that. Now when I reload and press F12 to get the debug up, let's look at the network. Yeah, that is the network. Let's reload again. Okay. You see that style? That failed. That was going for countries/style, and that's not going to work because that's going back through the engine. If you want something like this, an image or a style sheet or a JavaScript page, typically we say static slash, save that, reload. Okay, that's no better, it still hasn't found it, but at least it's looking in static/style now. So I can create a style sheet. So what do we say? Body will have font, family, everybody's favourite font, Arial. Save that. Okay, where are we going to save it? Not in templates. We're going to save that in a new folder called static, and we're going to call it style.css. Okay, now when we reload, okay, let's change the font. Just what I wanted. What else do we want to do? We want to make that image smaller, so let's say every image is going to have a width of 200 pixels. Save that, reload, get rid of this thing now, because this can't possibly go wrong, and that needs a hard reload. Okay, so, okay, didn't really want that to happen. Anyway, we can see Sri Lanka, that's looking really nice. I can fix, oh, see all these divs? I never closed any of my divs. That is very lazy of me. Okay, save that, reload. Good. Okay. Right, that's that country. Let's look at another one, 100. There's Madagascar. Ah, okay. There's a bit of a problem. You see this bit of the flag is white. Let's give it a border. So we've got the width. We'll also say that the border is thin, grey and solid. Grey is not a popular colour in flags, so it's quite good to pick a colour that doesn't show up. That didn't work. Not this, it's thin. So save that and hard reload. Okay, there's our border around it. Okay, this is great. We're getting what we want. We are picking up information about each country, and we're doing it using the template. So here's the template. The template has got, if you like, holes in it. So this double curly brackets, and then I can put in a parameter name. I can put in a parameter that get passed in here. So this is where I picked, I said what C was. So I looked up the particular country that the user had specified as I. So I found that by indexing the list, and I passed that into the template, and then the template can deal with it. That's all looking good. That's enough for one lesson. In the next lesson we'll try some more things with templates.